about 2 years ago, I decided to focus on just 2 pairs and master them to the best of my ability, such that I become very precise with them, okay, so that I'm able to consistently trade them and make profits. As you can see right here on the chart, I mean, the result speaks for itself already. So I'm going to show you guys exactly how I've been able to master trading this pair, Euro AUD and Euro NZD. Try to make it very detailed, okay, especially with the analysis. So ensure that you pay attention to this video and watch till the very end to catch how exactly I've been able to do this thing. Have as much as 10 weeks of winning consistently on this channel, all documented right here on YouTube and in my Telegram community. If you think I'm lying, take a look for yourself. Go through every video, go through the Telegram channel, you would see everything right there, all done in public. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I've been able to do it. I know those results sounds really big and crazy, but here, don't be scared, right? I'm going to ensure that I break it down to you step by step. I'm going to show you one of my live analysis with one of my students and also show you the results of that analysis. I recorded the analysis before the market opened on Sunday, and I'm recording this particular video on Friday after the analysis has played out live. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you step by step how we broke down this I will break down the chart using a very simple trading strategy. Nothing complicated, nothing overdone. I'm also going to show you the results of this analysis in this video, so stick around and find out. Let's go. Okay. So on the weekly, we can see our price is like uptrend, all right? Exactly. And as finally created that higher high that I've been talking about for a very long time, all right?
Well, so we missed a good buy, man.
Yeah, we did miss a good buy, but we can essentially say that I called the top on this one.
Oh wait, hold on. This is weeks. Oh, this is weeks ago.
No. He created the high last week. Exactly last week. Look at that.
Yeah.
This was last week's candle.
So we're waiting for a little retest to come get in.
Yeah, and I can see. I don't see price coming to retest this area this week anyway, but I just want to get that out. Yeah, exactly. I don't see price coming to retest that this week. It's just way too far away.
You reckon it's just too bullish?
Yeah, it's too hot to come back there. But then there's this resistance area going on here.
Yeah.
So we may see that actually get retested before
so
going.
It might come down a little bit.
Just a little bit. And then I'm still very much interested to see how price is going to react to all of these levels over here. Which I think this is about good enough.
Do you reckon it's gonna? Do you reckon it will go back up to 2 again?
2? It may take a very long time before it does, because I mean, when it did that, there was COVID, which was basically essentially risk off.
Yeah.
The risk was off.
Yeah.
But right now, the risk off is not as crazy as this. I mean, look at how quickly this candles jumped in like weeks. Look at it. Like it literally moved thousands of pips in 1 week.
Yeah.
And I genuinely did not mean this one moved nearly 2,000 pips in 1 week. So currently I do not see that happening. There's really nothing that's like crazy.
People made a lot of money during COVID, man.
Yeah, people made a lot of money. Shit ton of money. Euro AUD on the weekly time frame is also very, very bullish, absolutely bullish, and it's looking as though it may literally come back to peak out on 1.7 first, and then we may see 1.71762 or so, just like I've been screaming for how many weeks now. And you can see for week after week, price has continuously acted as I have said. And currently, if I am to even consider selling EURAUD at all, right, I would want price to flip this weekly level over here, and I am not going to be holding myself past this level right here. Not in any way am I going to be holding the sell past this level. Yeah, we can actually see 315 plus pips happening this week, just like it says here, but I don't see it happening towards the downside. I see it more happening more towards the upper side, right? Exactly. So 373 plus pips on EURAUD for this week. That's what I am projecting for the buy side. But just like I've said, if there's going to be a sell, it has to flip this weekly level over here first, and then we can look for that sell area. On the daily as well, price is equally bullish, price action is equally bullish. Now let's see if we can see a structure that negates that. I'm going to take away that trend line because there's really no need for it anymore. Exactly. So on the daily, it's like basically the same thing.
Almost like a triple bottom there. Not a triple bottom. What would that be? Is that
over here?
We starting to see a head and we're starting to see a head and shoulders or something coming up.
Yeah, actually, it looks like an head and shoulder, but it's not exactly an head and shoulder because the neckline is not the same. The shoulder is not equal either. Look at it. We have it deep in here, and then there's this one over here. So I wouldn't say it's an head and shoulder. It does look like it anyway. I mentioned the other time that if I was going to take a sell, I was going to take a sell after this weekly level is flipped, and then I was going to be holding to that weekly level. But now looking at this happen on the daily, you can see how much for multiple times price held over here. So I think that if at all I do go into that sell, I'm going to be taking profits. Majority of my profit at this level for 189 pips, which is honestly good. Exactly, that's a good trade. Yeah, big money. But I am more keen to seeing price push higher, and in a situation where, let's say, we do not see exactly in a situation where we do not see price come back to retest this weekly level, what am I going to do about that? Over here we can see our price is kind of like be going back and forth around here. This looks very thick, I know, but yeah, I've decided that if the market is saying I'm crazy and I want to do crazy things, I'm going to be crazy alongside with it. So if that happens, say that we do not see price come back to retest this area, I will be looking to take buys above this level, all right, towards the weekly area right there. Now I need to point out that this is kind of like a very risky trade, and it's not exactly in line with how I essentially trade all the time. But the market is telling me, yo, I'm not looking to retrace, looking at the size of the candles before it, and also the fact that I typically waited like almost the entire last week waiting for price to pull back so I can get a buy in, which it did not. I mean, it says one thing, that the momentum is very strong.
It's hard.
Exactly. And look at this, we have this inverted armor towards the downside, or a shooting star if you say, but then it did not stop buyers from pushing price higher. Exactly. So if we don't get that retest,
gravestone doji, isn't it? Well,
no, it's not a gravestone doji. So like I was saying, if I don't see price come back to retest this area, then I will be inclined to take a buy above this level. The only thing I may do to reduce my risk would to minimize loss, if any, would be to reduce my risk. For example, if I wanted to risk 1%, I would only be risking 0.5% at this level, because obviously I am taking this trade at a very risky place, right? Price is currently trading at a premium, and I don't mind the risk. But if you do mind the risk, you don't have to take the trade here. You could wait for price to come back, retest here or retest here or retest here. Either ways, I'm not really waiting for that, except for this area.
So just wait for the price to come to where your most
preferred entry is, which is right here. This is my most preferred entry for a buy based off the way price has been acting lately. All right, and if that doesn't happen, like I said, I'm interested in taking half of my position, or should I say half the risk of what I intended to take on this trade above these weekly highs over here.
Would you get in and then maybe add more positions if the price action was showing you that it was nicely bullish?
Yes, I would.
Yeah, that's how I did most of my trades last week. Was add a position, wait for it to go up, do a little bit of a
pullback,
do another position.
So
because you knew it was going up.
Yeah, actually. So on the 4-hour time frame as well, you can see our price is equally bullish and is in this uptrend here at the top, which also is pointing out the possible retest towards this area. So added confluence for me that I may see this area get retested before the higher high is created, because higher low, is it? Higher low, higher high, yet to create an higher high, higher low over here. So it's likely that we're going to see price come back to retest this area first, or on the lower time frame.
What do you think? Yeah,
exactly. So, or this area as well. So yes, I'm interested in taking buys around these levels Outside of that, I really do not care so much. If any of this is not fulfilled, sorry, I hit the wrong one. If any of this is not fulfilled, then I'm not taking a trade. But oh, okay, yeah, we may see some a bit of a slow movement for Monday before the major actions happen, because I mean it's been crazy, crazy, crazy for a couple of days. But yeah, I don't mind. Dropping on to the next pair, which is Euro NZD. So, in the introductory part of this video, I did mention that I was going to show you guys how exactly I am usually able to trade Euro AAD and Euro NZD profitably and consistently at that. Now, I have showed you guys the first step, which is me doing a top-down analysis on Euro AED from the weekly time frame down to the lower time frame. I believe about between 4 hour or 1 hour thereabouts, where I showed you guys exactly where my areas of interest would be and what my plan is, right? If price does certain things or flip above or below certain levels, what I was waiting to do, which is the analysis phase. Now, the second part of me trading Euro AED has a lot to do with waiting, all right? I know this is one of the hardest things to do as a trader. You do not enjoy waiting. But if you want to trade profitably and consistently, you have to learn how to be patient and wait for quality setups rather than taking random setups. Okay. So what I do after waiting is I wait for price to come into my key level, just like I mentioned earlier on. And then the third step is waiting on price action. Literally very simple. There's nothing more to it. Okay. After doing my technical analysis, which tells me if price is either bullish or bearish. Okay. The next thing I wait for is for price to come into my areas of interest. Then after waiting, which is step number two, the third step is waiting for price action. All right. I want to see price action reject and then confirm. This is what I mean. For example, earlier on, I did mention that I was willing to take a buy above this daily level over here. But then, as you can see, I did not take that buy. Why? Because there's no clear price action confirmation. Just like I mentioned earlier on, there's no clear rejection or confirmation on this level. All right. So here was my next area of interest. I did not take a trade either. There was no clear rejection and confirmation on this level. So I had to wait for price to come towards my trend line over here, which I did mention earlier on, and also the weekly level, which I did say would be one of the best places to enter into a trade. Now you can see how price clearly rejected off this weekly level. All right, with this, if I was to drop down to the 15 minutes time frame, which is in most cases where I find my entries. So over here on the 15 minutes time frame, you can see how price rejected strongly away from this weekly level and also confirmed with this particular engulfing bar over here. So we have this rejection candle and the confirmation candle, but unfortunately I was asleep while this happened because I trade London and New York only, but then this happened around Asia, so I couldn't take advantage of it. However, when London opened, as you can see around 8 a.m. over here, which is pre-London open time, I got into a buy after price has basically closed above this level over here and rejected and confirmed the move up. And also I have to mention that the entry I took here was a bit risky because typically what I would do is wait for price to close above a certain level, come back to retest that level, reject it, and then I wait for another confirmation entry before getting into it. But then in earlier on in the video, I did mention how the momentum on Euro AD seemed to be very strong and crazily bullish, which means that I was banking on that same momentum to continue to happen. And as you can see, the momentum from this side was really, really crazy. So I did not want to really, really miss out of the possible move. I did understand what the risk was and I was very comfortable with it. So I went ahead and I took this trade at this level over here. And just like I mentioned earlier on as well, that I was very much more willing to add more positions when price does certain things. And you can see I ended up adding two other more positions, and in total for the first entry I had about price floated about say 230 plus pips, all right, 236 plus pips. And for the second entry, which was about 150 pips, and then the last entry for about 73 plus pips. So essentially, this is how I'm usually able to trade EURAUD and EURAUD. So as a recap, I'm going to tell you again, the first thing I do is to do a top-down analysis where I get to determine if price is bullish or bearish. And then the second thing I do is be patient and wait for price to come into my area of interest. Then the third thing is wait for price action to come to me and tell me, cool, you know what, I am bullish or I'm bearish, and then I get into the trade using proper risk management, just like I discussed earlier on in the video. And literally, that's almost like it. It's a very simple way of trading, which is why I decided to share. It's very simple, straightforward, and very easy to very easy to do, and highly profitable as well. However, full disclosure, I do have other conferences that I trade with, like sentiment fundamentals and other things, which I really wouldn't want to talk about in this video right now, so that it does not become too long, as this I consider this video very long already. If you have enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.